guys, this is Nick from HF Survival School. Thank you very much for joining me. Today I will be showing you guys my top 5 EDC knives in a price range from $10 to $300. I know that's quite a big price range, but there are people who have the budget to buy such knives, and there are people who don't have a budget for such knives, and I have options to all of you. So let's get right into it. Come with me. So at first, let's start from the budget knife. Of course, my choice will be Opinel number 8 carbon. So as you see, it has a sheath, and I'll talk about it a little bit later. But until then, let's talk about the knife. I think that it is the absolute best knife at its price range. It is high carbon steel, and it has a very sharp spine which you can use to strike ferro rods. It has a convex edge, and it is really easy to sharpen. The overall length is 3.25 inches, as I remember. It has a beautiful beechwood handle, but as I know, there is also other options to get more darker and better looking woods if you are willing to pay a few more bucks. So I recommend this knife to anyone. It is a great bushcrafter's EDC. It has that kind of traditional look. So to open this knife, you need 2 hands. I'm sure there is someone out there who can do it with one, but all of us normal people will have to open it with 2 hands, like this. And then you have this spinning kind of bolster or cap, which when you spin it, either on this side or on this side, it doesn't matter, it locks the blade in, and that way there is no chance of you cutting yourself and the blade folding on you. I recommend it to you with my both thumbs up, and it only costs $10 at the moment of making this video on Amazon, and you really can't go wrong with spending $10 on this knife. This sheath is a neck sheath I made, custom work by me. As you see, it goes in pretty snug. It is hand stitched, saddle stitched. It is dyed by me. As you see, it has kind of rustic look. It has 2 holes so that you can put your lanyard through it, and this originally is a neck sheath, so that you can turn this pocket knife into a neck knife, because it is quite thick. I found it quite uncomfortable, or not so much comfortable, carrying it in my pocket when I'm walking. So having it around your neck will be better, and as you see, it is pretty good inside, and it is not coming undone. As you see, the edges are burnished, and it is covered with natural beeswax. This sheath is available for sale, and if you are interested in it, you can check it out on my Facebook group called Nick's Crafts. The next knife I would recommend to you guys is from the $25 range, and it is the Kershaw Emerson CQC6. If you didn't know, Emerson is a knife manufacturer who makes high-end knives, high-end knives, and they are mainly for tactical and for military uses, and many military personnel use this as their primary folding knife. It has this wave opening feature, which is patented by Emerson, but because they make such high-end knives, not everyone can afford it, and that's why Kershaw did a collaboration, so that they could get their permission to use this wave feature and come out with the budget knives with this wave feature. And Kershaw has quite a few knives in their Emerson range. Blade length is 3.25 inches, and the steel is 8CR14 MOV. As expected in that price range, it is a Chinese steel, which takes a really nice edge, as you see. It has black G10 scales on one side, and kind of stonewash finish scales on the other side. As you see, I have added this small piece of paracord, made some kind of nice looking knots, and in the middle I put this badass Spartan head bead. As you see, the details on that is pretty amazing. Next knife costs $35 and it is one of my absolute favorite knives, and it is the CRKT Hootenanny Canadian design. I just love this knife because it is a $35 knife, but it really feels like a $100 knife. The quality of building it is just outstanding. The steel again is HCR 13 MOV, also Chinese steel, but it has the IKBS ball bearing pivot system, which is basically it has ball bearing inside, and that's what makes this knife open very smooth, as you see. Just amazing. It has this low profile pocket clip, which I really dig because it goes in my pocket really deep. So when it goes, just like only these two screws are seen from my pocket, and therefore I just really dig this knife for only this pocket clip. Also, it has, as you see, quite a lot of jimping. It has jimping right here. It has jimping right here. And you can choke up on this blade like this. Put your finger on here, and it also has some jimping on the top. As you see, the geometry of the blade is in the shape that it is a great slicer, so you can make really effective slicing cuts. And there are a lot of ways to hold this knife. Again, frame lock design. Full length is about 8 inches, and it weighs only 4.8 ounces. Next up in our list is one of my childhood favorite knives, the Spyderco Bird CRKT 2 SS Black. So I'll tell you a small story behind this knife. This knife was bought by my cousin when he was like 12 years old, and I remember if he was 12 I would be 10 then. And I remember it was the most badass knife I have ever seen, and I just really loved it. And I always wanted to take it away from my cousin. So now, about a few months ago, I traded him this knife in something else, in another knife which I really didn't like that much, and at least I have this knife in my hands. I think this knife is discontinued, but when it was in production the MSRP was $26, as I remember, and but I think I saw this knife for sale with serrations, but again that's a little bit different, I think, for like $37 or $38. So that's a little bit more than the CRKT Hootenanny. This steel, as you see, is also HCR 13 MOV Chinese steel. It is stainless steel, so it has stainless steel handles, and it has all plain edge. This pocket clip is reversible, but only for carrying tip up or tip down. So if you are a left-handed user, you cannot change the pocket clip for left-handed. I don't know what kind of opening mechanism it has, but it is not that hard to open with one hand. It has a hollow ground, and the whole knife is covered with black electric plating, which kind of I really prefer, because the only stainless steel version, my friend had it, and it was like a mirror, so it shined everywhere. In a small sunny day, everyone could see that you had a knife, so I really prefer this black coating. So guys, just like that, we have come to my Hall of Fame knife of this video and from all of my collection, and it is the WeKnife 601L. It is my Hall of Fame knife, and I'm sure it is the first mid-edge knife in my whole country. The handle is titanium, 6AL4V titanium. Also the clip, the screws, which you see right here, and the washers and the pivot cap are also that same titanium, which are different colors, and you can also get these different colors of the screws and these pivots. They also have a really badass blue color of that. And of course, what the most important thing about this knife is that the blade is CPM S35VN, and as you know, it is a super steel. The hardness of the blade is between 59 and 61. The blade grind is flat, and as you have seen already, the flat grind is kind of strange. The V-knife are making their own kind of grind right here, as you see, so that this flat grind is going. It has this small bevel which then extends here on the tip. Yes, I may agree that that will make the tip more weak, but I'm sure you won't be doing such kind of tasks with this knife so that you can break the tip. And even though it is such a high-end knife, I don't like to put my knives on shelf, so I look at knives as a tool. So I also use this knife. It has been about 1 or 2 weeks since I have it, and I just love it so far. I have been every day carrying it since I got it, and as you see, there is no wear at all because of this high quality, high-end materials which are put to make this knife. As you see, it has a frame lock, and it has this the ceramic ball bearing opening system, which also had the CRKT, and as you see, the opening is very smooth. Just listen to it. Doesn't that sound like a music or what? The weight of this knife, even though it is such a big chunk of steel, is 130 grams, which is like almost nothing because the titanium is very lightweight. The price of this knife is $285, right about $300, but now I'm sure you can get it cheaper on Blade HQ or Knife Center and other sites like that. But the MSRP is $285, which is really close to $300 with shipping and stuff. And you really can't go wrong with it. And also V-knife makes the awesome fidget spinners. I just love this stuff. It is so small that I can EDC it without any problems. Just put it in my piston pocket, and as you see, they have different colors, and this is also titanium, and this is also really high quality made. So here are all of the 5 knives which are recommended to you, starting as low as $10 and going as high as $300. I recommend all of these knives, and really the main difference is the build quality and the quality of the materials which they are built with. But all of them are great knives, and I recommend it to you. And now, before we end the video, I want to show you guys something. So guys, as you know, I have been making some leather crafts, like this Opinel neck sheath, which I showed to you. And I also, while I was home, I have been working on different projects. Other project I have made is this big lighter belt loop. As you see, has a welt in between and is burnished and covered with natural beeswax and hand dyed also. And the main project which I was working on and in which I put really big amount of time and effort are these custom ferro rods. So I have put a huge amount of effort in making this, and this is mine, and this is available for sale. As you see, my belt loop is already used, and this is brand new. The ferro rods are 5-inch ferro rods. They are half-inch thick by 4 Directions Bushcraft. They are really the highest quality ferro rods that you can possibly get. The handles are hand sanded. I hand sanded both of them, and they have brass tubes which are high polished. The handles are covered with blowed linseed oil. And of course, if there will be more than one person interested in buying this ferro rod, I'll be making custom orders. I can also make antler handles, and I have quite a few more ferro rod handles of this beautiful Turkish walnut left. And I can get this for the highest quality ferro rods, and I will hand stitch these amazing belt loops also. So if you will be interested in purchasing this amazing fire starting kind of kit, you can also help out the channel a lot by purchasing this. So that will be available on my Facebook group, Nick's Crafts. Also, I will be posting a knife sharpening to kind of tutorial video where I will show you guys how I sharpen any knife and any grind, will it be hollow grind or Scandi grind or this full flat grind, it doesn't matter. How to sharpen it on a budget and how to get kind of a bulletproof sharpening kit for just like $20 or so. So if you will be interested in that, I will include the link down in the description, and I will also add a card here. So I think that will be all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll help me very much by sharing this video on your social media. New videos coming as soon as I can. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. And it is because of this wave thing. My top 5 knives, and I think it is a perfect knife, is from the $25 price range. You don't say. Hello guys, this is Nick from HF Survival Schools. It has this patented wave wave opening feature, which is patent. It has this patented wave opening feature, which is next knife in our list is in the 30. Next knife in our list, wave of opening it has this low profile pocket clip, which any grind, will it be hollow grind or Scandi, or I mean this pocket clip.